Alright, welcome back. So, aside from our little Adam smashing the windshield out Christmas moment, this is our first real update on the sexy S-10.
You call it sexy now too, I like it.
I'm trying to be nice. Still in the Christmas spirit. They don't know this is the same day.
They can usually tell by what we wear. That's why I wear the same thing every single time.
Alright, how are we doing for progress?
I'm just cutting stuff.
Alright.
Really good. You take a look inside there. A little light.
Dash.
Dash is out.
No. Adam kind of simplified things over there, pulled out all the stuff that we cut.
Found the computer, simplified the harness, now I'm just bringing it back and getting rid of the rest of the stuff that we're not going to need, and we're good to there. Word of advice. Do this in the daylight, outside when you can see. Truck is running. There's no exhaust fumes in the garage. If you're going to cut stuff, cut it with the truck running so that you can see. We actually went through and cut the main wires that we needed to cut with it running, and now I know what can be cut, so it's just pulling the rest of this stuff out of there. Like this is cut somewhere else. I can get rid of that now.
Perfect.
Little stuff like that.
Driver's seat is out.
Yep.
We had to cut one of the mounts because she wasn't coming off of there, so Adam will have to weld it back together when we throw that seat back in there. I'm going to work on pulling the console out and that other seat. This back area is kind of a pain in the hinder to work on, but
looks like we got some things up here.
Oh yeah, those are pretty common.
Sticky boards, sound dampening, I'm sure. Yeah, so we'll work on getting the rest of this cleaned up here. We've already got an idea. I know everybody says run the dash bar underneath the column. Man, I don't know. I think if you're using an aftermarket column, that's a great idea, but there's about 6 inches between the bottom of this column and the pedals, so I'm going to try to run it above it and then maybe run a strap underneath it to brace it. We'll come up with something, I'm sure, that's going to work. But other than that,
blinker don't work no more.
No,
that's
remember
not a blinker.
we took it out.
Is that
when
the
we
blinker?
did. Yes.
Alright.
It was.
Cool. So, we're going to keep plugging away here and we'll be back right about now. Alright, so we got a little bit of a jump ahead here, I know, during the same video. Why? Because Adam never uses a camera when he's working on stuff. Adam snuck over to the One Goose Garage yesterday while I wasn't here, and well, he made some progress. What'd you do, Adam?
Put a cage in the S-10.
She's looking pretty good. Probably one of our better cages.
It's definitely our biggest cage. Well, it's our smallest cage with biggest material we've ever made. That's safe to say.
Yeah, we just went to the scrapyard to get some tubing. You know, we like to make bolt-in cages when we can, but again, I hope we're not running a bunch of S10s, so hopefully we don't need a bolt-in cage for this. I'd like to run more Rangers, but you know, we'll see what we decide for a cage on that. You'll see that update on the next video.
And realistically, with the way you don't have much room inside this S10, and I know we're not going to have any more room because that's less cab. But really, if you look, it's not the safest way right now, but where these are welded in, it'll be fairly easy to get all the material back out.
Yeah, we'll get this stuff out for sure. It's just not as clean as when you have it bolted in. So you can see we ran the door bars pretty much level,
and then is about as low as we could go. They're right on top of the seat belt doohickeys there, I think is the technical term.
Yeah, those things.
Because normally we look at where's the bumper, because if another truck's going to hit you right in the driver's door with their bumper, you're hoping it's, you know, going to be right where the bar's at. Unfortunately, on these trucks, the front bumper follows this piece of trim because it's a truck, it's not a car.
Right.
So the only way to get the bar would be to lay it on the ground, hoping I don't get hit there.
Yeah, so hopefully this is about as low as we need to go. I guess we'll learn from it as we take a few shots in this one, because we know Adam will take hits. He's not real big on giving them.
I'm too nice.
Yeah. This will go down to the frame, as you can see there. That is within the rules. We're allowed 1 down post per side, so 2 total, and they are allowed to go to the frame.
You can see that underneath the truck on this side too, right where it goes.
Yeah. And then halo comes straight up, out the roof, and across. So
take a look at these welds now. I feel like these need to be appreciated.
Oh, of course. All right. What do you guys think? Adam doing okay, John?
Of course, you picked the ugliest damn one on the whole
Well, yeah, I'm not going to pick one of the nice ones. Jesus. Nah. Adam's words were the welder was working too well. He couldn't stop, so he ended up just putting an entire cage in while I wasn't here. So I'm here today. Today's Sunday.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna work on the Ranger, but this is an S-10 update, so it won't make any sense for me to continue to talk about the Ranger. You'll hear about that in a second.
The truck build series.
Yeah, the trucks. This is the trucks update.
Yeah.
Got her. Hey. We got to get the windshield cleaned out here yet. Still some cleaning up front.
Everything up front underneath the hood.
We just took the fuel system out of it to put over to the Ranger, but we'll see that in a minute. We've got a bunch of tubing laying underneath that we had bought, so we're going to start working on getting some next steps done. We're going to take this bumper off, obviously get these headlights out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff actually on the radiator that I noticed too, Cody. I think this is an oil cooler. Because you have a tranny cooler too, but these lines are actually running through and they come back up through. Actually, I'm sorry, power steering cooler.
Yeah, that's a power steering.
Power steering cooler.
Yep. Which is definitely a different design than we usually see.
Yep. So those lines
usually they run into the bottom of the radiator.
Yep.
Which obviously this one doesn't. It's just got this goofy little thing here.
So we'll have to clean up a lot of stuff here in the front end. But overall, the core support's, I mean, it seems to be a pretty nice core support on these things. It's not as
fairly solid,
chintzy as we normally deal with.
I got the Mansfield.
Stuck a breather on there yesterday because I was trying to get it started and realized I was out of gas. So.
Alright, so that'll put us, if I remember right, somewhere around 6 minutes. So a little bit shorter update, guys. But we're making some progress on the S-10.
Next thing is to toss the seat back in and start getting some wiring ran and fuel lines all the way back because obviously we just disconnected them to steal that fuel cell, like Cody said.
And I think we've decided, we may still deliberate a little bit, but I'm thinking we're going to take a piece of angle, 2 pieces of angle, and just run it straight.
It will not be these pieces, but here's a visual.
Yeah, those are for the roof signs, so we're not going to use those.
But I was thinking of doing something kind of like that.
Yeah, and then that's where the fuel cell will rest. Just to give us a little bit more support. It is an extended cab, so we can put the fuel cell inside, as opposed to regular cabs, they have to go into the bed. So we'll see all that stuff soon on the next S-10 update. But for now, we'll see you on the Ranger. Appreciate you guys following along, as always.
Get goosed.